Hello, this is Eileen, the environmental educator, and in this video, we're going to talk about something that's making headlines a lot of places lately. The cicadas. Cicada? I'm not sure which way you say it. I hear it both ways. But right here, the AP calls them invaders from the underground. They're coming in Cicadageddon. I guess that's what it's being called. Cicadageddon. It's the biggest bug emergence in centuries. Yeah, this hasn't happened in like 221 years. And right here, CBS News. Yeah, that's not as good of a headline, just pretty bland. But, these are all recent. That's April 9th. This one here is April 1st. That's not an April 1st joke. This is a real article. But right here, USA talks about them too. April 13th. Today is the 16th. And USA Today, right here. Right here, Cicadageddon 2024. So, they say here's what it will sound like and how long it will last. And these cicadas, when they emerge, which they say right here, for the first time since 1803, more than 1 trillion cicadas from 2 major broods will emerge from underground dormancy in mid-May and collectively create a loud, high-pitched buzz that will assault your ears for weeks. And, there's 2 different broods is what they're called. One of the broods emerges every 17 years. The other brood emerges every 13 years. And this year they're emerging together, which hasn't happened since Thomas Jefferson was president 221 years ago. And their co-emergence won't happen again until 2245. So the cicadas are very, very loud. They actually, right here, it says that 90 to 100 decibels, they can be as loud as, and that right here, 90 decibels, is about as loud as a lawnmower. And right here, this lady I recorded these in her front yard. So that is their mating sound. That is from the guys that are trying to attract the female, and that's what they come out of the ground for, is to mate. And they say that these broods, they come up, they mate, and then they're hatchlings go underground and stay there for 13 to 17 years, depending on which brood they are. And then they come up to mate. They come up, above ground to mate. And they make that noise that if you have to live with that noise in your yard for a long period of time, that could drive you a little silly. So right here, this is where they're going to emerge. This, the rustish color is the 17-year cycles. The brood that comes out once every 17 years. And the blue is the brood that comes out every 13 years. And right here is what they call the area of double emergence, where they're both going to be coming out. And this right here, it's happening in Alabama, Arkansas, Georgia, Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Kentucky, Louisiana, Michigan, Mississippi, Missouri, North Carolina, Oklahoma, South Carolina, Tennessee, Wisconsin, and Virginia. So, yeah, a lot of people are going to be having their yards filled with cumulatively trillions of cicadas. Yeah, they're right here. It says we have trillions of these amazing living organisms come out of the earth, climb up on trees, and it's just a unique experience, a sight to behold. It's like an entire alien species living underneath our feet, and then some prime number years, they come out to say hello. So that's what they're doing. They're just coming out to say hello in that loud screeching noise. And yeah, they're starting to make their holes for their re-emergence because yeah, they just go underground for all these years. Yeah, right here it says that they emerge when the ground warms to 64 degrees or 17.8 Celsius. So, you know, they're going to come out different times in these different locations that they're at because, you know, the ground's going to be 64 degrees warmer than up here further to the north. But, yeah, they're going to be coming out in mass, and they say that the birds and snakes are going to be very happy. Here's here's that what did that guy call him below? An alien species, and this right up here is that alien species, and yeah, they just come up to mate, and then the adults that have mated, they die off, and the hatchlings, they all go underground where they mature for 13 to 17 years, and they come above ground to final their maturity, and then they die off. So they start to emerge sometime in May or early June, and then they start their process about 4 or 5 days after they emerge. Their process, I guess, their mating ritual. There you go. There's a picture of the alien species. Females lay their eggs in woody plants using, their ovipositor, ovipositor, or egg-laying organ to inject about 10 to 20 eggs into branches. Females can lay around 500 to 600 eggs. The eggs hatch about 6 weeks after they're laid, and the babies fall to the ground, eventually digging themselves into the soil where they will remain for 13 to 17 years. Their parents, however, die shortly after the mating process, lasting only about a month above ground. And they say that, no, these cicadas pose no threat to human or other animals. However, they molt when they emerge, leaving behind their crusty exoskeletons, and when they die, they can smell like roadkill. And right here, wildlife and birds or snakes may eat cicadas, and it typically isn't dangerous to do so. Pets sometimes eat them too. They are not toxic to pets. They won't sting or bite your pet. So that's good to know. Also, you know, they say that you can eat them. This one guy, maybe it's this guy, Johnson, somebody in one of these articles put out a book. Okay, right, eating bugs. But, you know, this was before the whole New World Order agenda to eat bugs. People have, yeah, right here, humans can eat cicadas. They are best eaten as adults after they have molted, but before their exoskeleton hardens. People who are allergic to shellfish should avoid eating cicadas. Right here, some cicadas, however, could be infected with a sexually transmitted fungus, and it's unclear what the fungus does to organisms who eat the infected cicadas. So they get sexually transmitted things too. So right here it says the fungus takes over a third of the cicada's body, replacing it with a chalky plug. Their genitals fall off and they become hypersexual, even though they can no longer reproduce. And then they're called zombie cicadas, and they continue their normal routines despite being taken over by a fungus. And they say that we know a lot of animals are gobbling these cicadas up as they're emerging, snakes and birds. It is possible they're having an effect on the animals that eat them. Yes, it's possible. But he said less than 5% of cicadas are infected with the fungus, and researchers have yet to observe any impact on other wildlife. And right here, cicadas use trees and bushes to get nutrition. They pierce small twigs and withdraw minerals and some carbohydrates from the water in the plants. So they advise not planting any new trees ahead of a cicada emergence because cicadas can damage them. If you do have small trees and shrubs, you can put netting around them to keep cicadas away. So, yeah, they just get too heavy for the branches when they lay their eggs on them, is what these articles say. But cicadas are not plague locusts. They're not even locusts, which are known to eat plants. It says people really shouldn't worry. Cicadas are not defoliating insects and have nothing to do with locusts. It says they won't eat your plants or vegetables or even the leaves of trees. They emerge only to mate and lay eggs. So there you go. And while they are emerging to mate and lay eggs, right now, all of these areas here are going to be listening to this sound. For their enjoyment, I guess. So, if you are in, I guess, the path of Cicadageddon, Cicadageddon, if you're in that path, then maybe you might want to get some earplugs if you're in any of these areas here before they come out, and where they last for about 5 to 6 weeks. So, stay tuned, people.